Hey guys, Tyler from Allstar Airsoft, bringing you a video on the Airsoft battery and explaining the difference between all of the Airsoft batteries in the market. Okay, so as you guys can see, I do have quite an array of batteries here to show you guys. Now, I wanted to make this video because I've made a LiPo versus regular MAH battery before, and it worked, I guess. It did a pretty good job at explaining exactly the difference, but I wanted to make a more in-depth video explaining the difference between the different kinds of batteries and just kind of what you should use for what setup, just to kind of help you guys out a little bit. So I'm going to start off with the 8.4 volt brick lipo, or not lipo, I'm sorry. This is a regular MAH battery. This is a brick style battery, so it is huge, obviously, as you guys can see in comparison to like this little lipo. It is quite a different size. And so this battery is a 8.4 volt, like I said. So 8.4 volts is pretty much the lowest in Airsoft that it comes. This is going to make your gun shoot just about as slow as it can, if that makes sense. This is normally the battery that you would see that comes with your gun whenever you order one with a battery combo. This battery is not bad. It's going to make your gun work, and you know, it's going to do the job for you perfectly fine. But if you're looking for a little bit of an upgrade, a 9.6 volt or even a little bit higher quality one is definitely a route that you want to go. So this one is an 8.4 volt 3000 milliamp battery. So 3000 milliamps in Airsoft terms, they usually average it at about 2 shots per milliamp. So that means 6,000 shots out of this battery. Are you going to be able to get all 6,000? Probably not. I would say right around probably 4,500, and then your gun performance is just going to drop. It's going to be shooting really slow, and it's going to be miserable trying to play with it. So 3,000 milliamps, so that is the biggest battery that we do have. This is a 9.6 volt 1,600 milliamp. So as you guys can see, the style is a little bit different. This is a nunchuck battery. This is for like a train style stock and rear wired guns, and this is just to make sure that your battery fits in the stock. Now 1,600 milliamps, so obviously the same rules apply with the 8.4 volt. About 3,200 shots on this one, but this one is a higher voltage. So what the higher voltage means in batteries is it's going to make your gun shoot a little bit faster, the trigger response is going to be better, the rate of fire is going to be better, and it's just going to be a step up from the 8.4 volt. So this one's putting out 8.4 volts, this one's putting out 9.6. Obviously the higher voltage is higher performance. So yeah. Now next up is the 7.4 volt LiPo. Now if you are kind of new to this, you're probably thinking, oh, it's a 7.4 volt, that's less voltage than the 8.4 volt brick battery, but that is not really the case. The 7.4 volt is a LiPo, and the LiPo batteries are a little bit different in terms of power. The smaller the LiPo, then obviously the lower the power, but LiPos work a little bit different. They can be lower power and still put out a better performance for your gun. So a 7.4 volt LiPo is going to shoot right about the same as a 9.6 volt standard MAH battery. So it's kind of confusing, I understand, but the 7.4 and the 9.6 are very, very similar. This one is only 1,300 milliamps, and this one is 1,600. And then you have the standard wrist to run in a LiPo, which I did do a video on if you want to check that out. But next up is the 11.1 volt LiPo battery. This one is kind of a very weird design, as you guys can see, but it is kind of like a brick. I guess if you were to put them together, it'd be about the same size. Obviously, it's about 2 of the 7.4 volts, so it's not huge, but the 11.1 volt is what puts out the most power. So the 11.1 volt obviously is a lot higher voltage than the 9.6, and it is a LiPo, so it's pretty much the top of what you're going to be wanting to run on your airsoft gun before you're having to worry about performance and reliability. 11-to-1s can ruin guns if your gun's not set up for them, or you know, comes from the factory with decent upgrades and decent internals. So you want to be careful running an 11-1. If you just bought a G&G combat machine, say for instance, a 9.6 volt is probably what you're going to start off with. This is going to give you the pretty much average in performance and reliability. It's not going to make your gun shoot very slow, but it's not going to make your gun shoot, you know, insanely fast. But it's going to keep your gun reliable and keep your gun working for a while. So if you wanted to run this 11-1, you could. I mean, some G&Gs have ran for, you know, months on an 11-1 just fine, but in the end they are going to break. The trigger contacts are going to burn out because of the higher voltage, but you know, that's up to you. It's your gun. So I think I'm going to pretty much wrap up this video. I hope that it helped you guys. Batteries are kind of a weird point in Airsoft. They're not difficult at all, but a lot of newer players just kind of have a hard time with them. So I wanted to try and make this video just kind of cover the basics and help you guys out a little bit more and increase your knowledge on batteries. So thank you guys for watching this video. This is Todd from Allstar Airsoft, signing out.